Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're having a great day so far and welcome to today's video, which is going to be my Christmas wish list where I'm sharing everything that I'm hoping that Father Christmas is going to bring me this year. I'm hoping for some beauty items, I'm hoping for some fragrance, I'm hoping for some clothing and some accessories as well. So if you want to know what is on my Christmas wish list, then keep watching. Okay, so starting us off with fragrances, I have 3 perfumes that I have got on my wish list this year. None of them are really new to me. I have tried / owned all 3 of these at one time or another, so I know I like them all, so my family or friends can confidently buy me any of these and know that I'm going to like them and get use out of them. First up, we have Matiere's Vanilla powder. I have had a sample of this and I think it's a beautiful fragrance. I have specifically asked for the miniature 30ml size because I think this will be a perfect holiday fragrance, one that will be small enough, travel friendly size that I can take it when I go on holiday, and I think it's just the perfect scent for holiday as well. It has quite a sort of lactonic coconutty element to it. It's not your typical vanilla scent, which isn't generally a fragrance or a note that you would take as a summer holiday fragrance, because vanilla can be a bit too sweet, it can become a bit too heavy and overwhelming. This one is not. I think this is really summer friendly, quite woodsy feeling as well, not a typical fragrance, not a super sweet gourmandy fragrance, but it kind of tickles my pickle from a vanilla element as well. Absolutely delicious, soft, cuddly fragrance that is wearable in warmer weather. So this is straight on my Christmas wish list. Next, for a similar reason on my Christmas wish list, is I don't need a prince by my side to be a princess by Kilian, more commonly known as just Princess, because who's got time for all those words? So this has a really sort of short notes list: marshmallow, matcha tea and ginger. Again, I've had a sample of this fragrance before and I went back and forth on it. I think my immediate thought, just based off the fact it has a marshmallow note, it conjures up that it's going to be a love, don't be shy, very, very sweet, gourmand, very, very classically feminine fragrance. But this, because of the ginger, it stays quite fresh and actually quite light for having that dominant marshmallow note in it, and I really enjoyed this fragrance, and it's one that I keep coming back to. I don't think the performance is amazing, hence why my intention with this fragrance is again to wear it in the summer months of something that's a layering fragrance that gives me a bit of a sweetness, it gives me a little bit of that marshmallow note, but doesn't become super sickly sweet. That's another one that I sort of eyeing up for holidays and eyeing up for a summer fragrance, and certainly a layering fragrance with maybe some woodsier, warm, spicy scents just to give them a little sweetness. So again, one that I have smelt before, didn't necessarily want to purchase a full bottle, but I would like to have it in my collection for those reasons. And then finally we have Casamorati's Lira, and this is one that I have been hankering after for a very long time. Again, I've had a sample of this quite a while ago and I didn't purchase it at the time because I was really anti-gourmand when I was kind of smelling this. I was really completely in my very smoky tobacco-y era, and now I'm kind of leaning into a bit more sweetness in some of my fragrances and enjoying not necessarily gourmand fragrances still, but maybe fragrances that have a gourmand note to them. And I really keep coming back to this and thinking, yes, I would like to have Lira in my collection. This is described by a lot of people as smelling like a beautiful lemon cake, like a lemon drizzle in perfume form. So again, because it's got that citrusy element to it, it doesn't get super sickly and overpoweringly sweet. It has a bit of a lighter area feel to it while still having some gourmand elements. Beautiful. I think it was Parfums de Marly's Altair that made me rethink about Lira, because Altair also has like caramel and also some citrusy notes. So it made me, reminisce about Lira, and that one went straight back on my Christmas wish list. Next up, I asked for A Little Life by Hanya Yanagihara. So this is a book, it's a huge book. I've asked for the hardback version. I've heard so many people raving about this book, how it is life-changing, the most beautiful, heartbreakingly sad but important book that really, you know, a book that affects you and changes you. That's what I'm into these days. Well, that and then some Stephen King. I go back and forth. But I actually got this out of the library and then I didn't dare to start reading it because at our library you get 3 weeks before you have to give a book back, and you can renew books if you haven't finished them, but only if someone else hasn't reserved it. And because this is really like a book that went a bit viral on BookTok, it was always going to get reserved. So I just was too scared to start reading it because it's very long. It probably take me a month to read it. I'm going to need to renew it. So I didn't want to get like halfway through, have someone else reserve it and have to give it back and I haven't finished. So I didn't dare start reading it and I decided I'm just going to ask for it for Christmas. I tried to stop buying things for myself in November that I don't really need right now, because otherwise my family goes nuts trying to think of presents for me because I buy myself everything. But I'm very excited to actually get to reading that one. Lots of people, when I said that I was going to read that and I had my library book, were telling me, oh, it's so sad, it's so sad. I know, I enjoy sadness and pain when it comes to books. The sadder, the better. So believe me, I am prepared. Of course, I had to ask for a renewal of my Limitless membership. So this is my cinema membership. I have also asked this year for an upgrade to the Premier Pass because every time I go to the cinema, I end up upgrading to the Premier seats. So these are just larger, comfier seats. I don't really care about the seat, okay? I'm not that precious and not like the Princess and the Pea or anything. The only reason I have to sit in Premier seating is because it's the back row. The back row is always Premier seating. And when I go to watch scary films alone, I can't stand the thought of someone being sat behind me. That's what it is. It's not for comfort, it's for fear. Okay, that's the reason. So I always upgrade to Premier seating just because I want to sit at the back row so there's no one behind me, because I'm convinced that they're a serial killer. If they're sat behind me, they must be. By the way, while we're talking about this has not come from nowhere, this fear. One time, I went with a few of my friends to see a horror film and it was something terrifying like The Strangers. I can't remember the specific film, but there were like 3 or 4 of us who went to the cinema and we were sitting in the middle of the screen. And it was during the day, so the screen was basically empty other than us. And this man came in and literally sat right behind us, right behind, the seat right behind. And it was like a completely empty screen. The 4 of us, and he sat literally directly behind us. And I spent the entire film thinking, this man is going to kill us at any moment. There's got to be, I don't know if he maybe was thinking safety in numbers. He was probably sitting close to us because he was scared and he wanted friends. I don't know why, but it was so alarming to me. We all were like the whole time we were sat watching this film like, what is that man doing there? So I can't allow that to happen. So I have asked for an upgrade through the Premier package so that I can sit on the back row and feel slightly less like I'm going to be murdered at any moment. I've loved my Limitless Pass so much this year. I can't be without it now. So of course, that was on my wish list. Next up, we have a curling iron. This is from T3 and I think it's called the Body Waver. It's a really large barrel tong basically. So I think it's a 1 3/4 inch barrel. What I want is basically a little bit of a movement. I don't want a curl. I want what my Dyson does, but when I haven't washed my hair. So my Dyson gives me body and basically a bit of not even a wave. It's like a sort of a zhuzh, shall we say. I'm not sure what the technical term is. A bend, perhaps. That's what I want. But I only really use my Dyson when, you know, my hair is wet from the shower. Otherwise, you know, you have to get it quite wet to use the Dyson. So that's what I want from a curling iron. And that was the largest barrel I could find, was 1 3/4 inch from T3. So that was on the list. Next up, I've asked for some Fiona Franchimon hair pins. So these are French pins. Essentially, these are so elegant. I love French hairpins. I think they're so beautiful. I really like the shape and the style of these. They come in, you can buy individual ones, but this is a set of 3 that I've asked for in the brown. I just think they're so elegant and beautiful. And I've really wanted to try these for quite a while. On my hair, they're better for your hair than using like elastics or bands. I think they're gorgeous. I love a French twist. I typically use a claw clip for them, but I wanted to try these because they're a bit more invisible and I think will be more comfortable if you're going in the car, you know, and you have to take your claw clip out because you're like, it hurts. And if you're in an accident, I've heard that it will like implant into the back of your head. So based on that delightful little tidbit, I'd like to try these. Next up, every flipping year without fail, I ask for a new pair of slippers, and I've always previously asked for UGG slippers. They're just my favourites. I always like them, I always enjoy them, and I think they hold up really well. But this year I took a shining to these Crocs slippers. They look so cute. They're like little teddy bears and they really remind me of my dog for some reason. I feel like it will look as though he's just sitting on my feet, which he is most of the time, but I can sort of walk around the house with him on my feet. Is that weird? I don't know. I feel like this video is making me look really strange and wasn't my intention, but anyway, it's better that you guys know who you're dealing with. Just cute, fuzzy, furry slippers. I don't own a pair of Crocs. I've resisted so far. This may be my gateway pair. I don't know, maybe soon you'll see me on the school run with a pair adorned with 58 badges. We don't know, hopefully not. Hopefully these will just remain, you know, in-house wear. Again, another item I ask for every single year is a new pair of pajamas, and my absolute favourite pajamas come from Chelsea Peers. And this year I asked for this set. This is a sort of zebra / sun and moon combo. I'm not sure they're a natural partnership, zebras and sun and moons. They seem like two different themes, but that's why I love Chelsea Peers. Everything is always a little bonkers. They're so comfortable. I have like 5 pairs at this point and I love them so much. I ask for a new pair every year. I think these were really fun and pretty, and they're just so soft and comfy. I need new PJs every year. Next up, I've asked for a really unnecessary item, but I feel like that's a great Christmas gift. Something you don't need, but you want. You know, you can buy yourself things that you need, but it's nice when people buy you things as gifts that you just want. They're nice to have, and certainly not a necessity. So this is very much one of those items. This is a Kindle holder. So this attaches to your bed and it holds your Kindle for you, and it has a remote control. I know this is the very definition of a lazy girl. It's something that people living in the capital in the Hunger Games would own, I believe. But the reason why, I'm not actually that, I'm quite lazy to be honest. But what it is at night, I'm reading my Kindle. I have to have my arms outside of the duvet. So I'm prone to, you know, monster / demon attacks, and my arms get freezing cold. So what I would like is to imagine being fully under your duvet, arms, shoulders, everything, but being able to read your Kindle and not having to get your arm out to change the page. I feel like this may be life-changing and the start of me just not leaving my bed very often at all, and that's fine by me. Next up, I also asked for an Airup. So if you don't know about these bottles, they're genius, okay? My children both have one. They essentially take a tablet, like a disc, let's say. They come in all different flavours: Coca-Cola, lemon, orange, coffee, I think. They have every flavour you can think of. Disc, and it's a scent disc, so it smells really strong of whichever flavour you've chosen, and you pop that in the cap and then you just fill it with water, and basically sort of taking advantage of the link between scent and taste, you're drinking just pure water, but because of the scent burst that you're getting from the disc, it feels like you taste a bit of the flavour essentially. So it sort of is very lightly flavoured water, so it gets you drinking lots more water without using something like juice or squash to make it taste a bit more interesting. You're just getting the sort of the scent from the disc, but you're still essentially drinking pure water, if you see where I'm going with this. So I have asked for the largest steel one. You can get, I think, plastic ones or steel ones. I've asked for the largest one because I drink so much water. This is my current drinking bottle, and it's like just over a litre, and I will drink 3 or 4 of those easily in a day. I love a bit of hydration, okay? I feel parched if I've only had a litre to drink so far in the day. I love being hydrated, and that I feel like will be an extra little bit of fun. bit of flavour, a little bounce to my water, if you will. Next up, I have asked for a new Essentials hoodie. I love Essentials hoodies. I think they are the most comfortable, warm, cozy hoodies to have ever existed. I'm a big hoodie person, okay? You know, I come from a very sporty background. My clothing, my typical day-to-day clothing is usually very sporty, so is my husband's. So hoodies are a really essential part of my life, and I spent a lot of time researching the best hoodies. I've tried many over the years. A lot of them are unsatisfactory, unsatisfying, not cozy enough, not thick enough. The Essentials hoodies are the thickest, heaviest, most cozy and warm, comfortable hoodies you could ever hope to experience on your body and your head. They are the best. You know, the hood sits exactly where you want it. It's cut to the perfect length. It has great pockets that are like somehow invisible. They're just my favourite ever hoodies. I've got several of them. They've just come out with like they've got new season stuff. And I love that these have a slightly more subtle logo on the front, because you know me, I'm not a logo girl. Anything with a logo and I'm out. But it's almost impossible to find hoodies that don't have giant logos on them. So these ones, I feel like it's smaller than it typically is. It's about as small as a hoodie logo that you can find. And I love the grey. I also do like the beigey colour as well. So I've said, you know, pick whichever colour you would like to get me. Anyone will do. I just love them. I also almost always have something from Holland Cooper on my wish list, whether it's birthday or Christmas. By the way, I should say this list is birthday and Christmas. I just do one list because my birthday is in January, so it's quite close. So I give everybody like one list with lots of stuff, and they can choose whatever for Christmas or birthday, or go off list also. That's allowed, just FYI. I almost always put something from Holland Cooper on it. I just love their basics, their t-shirts, their bodysuits, their jumpers. So this year I put this jumper down. I think it's just the most beautiful colour. I love their shoulder detailing as well. It's something that's quite classic, but with a little bit of something fun on the shoulders as well. Just the colour of this. I love a good burgundy wine colour. Gorgeous. Next up, I've asked for these North Face boots. These are, I think they're the Thermoball boots. These are a football mum's dream. Okay, if you follow me on Instagram, you will know that I recently became the lead sponsor of my son's football team. Kind of accidentally. I just got slightly excited and carried away at their first match, and now I'm the lead sponsor. So, you know, be careful when you go to sports matches is what I'm saying. But we went to one on Saturday and my feet were freezing, and I'm always in a bit of a quandary what to wear, because typically you're standing in a muddy field. It may be raining, it may be snowing. It's usually very windy and chilly, and you can put as many layers on your bod as you would like. But feet, I'm like, typically I would wear trainers. It's not quite wellies season yet. So I have wellies if it's really muddy that I would wear, but typically the problem is mud, a little bit of it, and maybe rain, and just my toesies being chilly. So this week I was really like, oh, I'm not sure what footwear. I don't want to wear my really nice smart boots because they're just a bit much for a football pitch. And then I'm not really ready for wellies. And then my trainers are white, and I thought I need some football mum footwear, and I heard about these from North Face. These are waterproof thermal booties, and I think they're so cute. They tie up really tightly, and they have also like an elasticated bit around the ankle, so they're perfect for snow as well. And they also have an amazing grip on the bottom, so if it's slippy, if it's raining, if it's muddy, if it's snowing, if it's freezing, your tootsies will still be absolutely delightfully happy. Cozy, warm, dry, and who cares how muddy your feet get. And I think they're really cute. These went straight on my list as soon as I started researching like footwear for football mums. And finally, these Bose Ultra Open earbuds. So, as you may know, I have, by the way, my ear is so red because I just changed my jumper and I tried to essentially rip this earring out of my ear accidentally. So don't mind that. But I have both my doth and my tragus pierced in this ear. So my regular earbuds, like I have some Samsung ones I think at the moment, won't go in my ears. There's no space to get in there. There's a lot of metal and diamonds in the way, so I can't get a normal earbud in my ear. And I saw these, I think it's James Welsh who uses these, and these sort of clip to like the outside of your ear. They like sort of clip on here and somehow work perfectly as earbuds. And I really like having my earbuds, and I've been trying to use one, but a lot of the time they just keep telling me to put the other one in my ear. And as much as I try to pretend I have, like I'll put it sort of on the outside of my ear, it knows, I don't know how, but it knows it's not inside my ear. And so there's lots of things that won't work perfectly with it. These, I fear, may be the perfect solution to all my doth blocking earbud problems. So these are perfect for my list. I don't really care about the colour, but I do think these light blue ones are probably like the cutest as far as earbuds go. I'm not sure. But there you have it. That is my Christmas and birthday wish list for this year. What do you think? Do you think any of these items would be for your wish list? Do you go down a totally different route? Let me know something that you have asked for this Christmas, please. I beg you. I'm very nosy. I need to know what you've asked for as well. But thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, and I would love to see you in the next one. Otherwise, take care for now. Bye 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 bye.